guys? Welcome back to the No Holds Barred Network with another episode of Under the Ropes. I'm your host, as always, the EVP of Giggles, the Heartbreak Chick, the Queen of the Indies, Tiffany. And today I am joined by my favorite alien of H2O, Rocket. How are you?
Hi, I'm
Hi.
good.
Are you ready to do this? You doing
Yeah,
good? Thank
yeah.
you for coming on.
Thank you.
Guys, if you're new to the No Holds Barred Network with the series of Under the Ropes, here I interview everybody independent wrestling, whether it's wrestlers, promoters, behind the scenes, anything important to independent wrestling, I got you covered. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, all that fun stuff. And if you guys got questions for Rocket, I'm sure he'll be more than happy to answer all your questions. So please drop them in the chat. So I guess we're getting ready to do this. So I like to start off asking everybody, what got you into professional wrestling?
Uh, I was younger watching it. Like me and my little cousin had the old belts, and we would always like have storylines for ourselves every day, and just keep going on with our wrestlers. And then just being a fan of it, always playing the game, and then actually meeting a group of people that actually watch it and hang with them. It just got me more into it and wanting to like be able to want to do it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What was like your favorite game like playing growing up?
Uh, One of the 2007 SmackDown versus Raw, one of them, 2008. Me and my little cousins to play them all the time and just be Rey Mysterio to Jerry. It just fight all the big people run around. We probably didn't even know the action controls. We probably just hitting anything, but it was just like the best time of our lives.
I'm like guilty for that. Like I'm definitely one of those people that I sit behind it and like I can't figure out the buttons for the wrestling games. I'm such a lame-o. See, like I'm old and like I'm such a lame-o. So all right, so who is like the go-to character that you would play on the games?
Jeff Hardy,
Jeff
he was
Hardy.
like one of my favorites, or RVD.
Awesome. Yeah, I love it.
I always picked the high flyer. It was just something about it. They was the most fun for me.
Yeah. So is that where it like incorporates with like you with your move set? Because I'm a fan, and that's why I wanted to get a lot more H2O kids onto the network to chat. So definitely that was one thing that I was interested about you with your move set going on. So was he like an inspiration for you to incorporate that?
So yes, he showed me that honestly you can live fearless, but in a different way. Before I got to professional wrestling, growing up, I was a professional dancer.
Oh,
So that was something I did for years, traveling around, going stage. So I was a break dancer. So a lot of stuff that I incorporated with wrestling, it was kind of things that I just kept from breakdancing. Like it's something I would do in my spare time, like work out.
that's awesome. That's awesome. So what influenced you to choose H2O and Matt Tremont school to train in?
Uh, Meeting the group of friends I did, like getting into wrestling, we used to go to mats and like run out the ring and have our own little crappy shows for our YouTube channel. But it was just like something we did, and Matt gave us opportunity. And then it was just times Matt came to us was like, "Y'all have a lot of potential. Y'all know that, and like if y'all really want to, y'all could come to this school."
Mhm.
And it wasn't something that I really thought about, but it's funny. Like when I was in college at a point, I was watching Undiscovered on YouTube and not realizing it. So for me to be in here now, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Hey, put two plus two together. I watched this on YouTube way back and realized this was the school, and I was already interested. But yeah, just going to the ring all the time and just meeting him, and just meeting all the people that like the students there. Before I realized they were the students, it was just actually a pretty cool experience. 'Cause before I just didn't see myself being a wrestler much.
Mhm.
I wanted to be a digital artist or animator, but that
Wow.
wasn't really working out when I was in college. But
Wow.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not really mad at
I
it.
hope not.
I hate sitting down. I like to move around, so this is way better decision.
Yeah, no, I get it. So, I mean, that's gonna be cool because I'm sure, like, watching like Matt Tremont, right? Like, before joining the school and to actually be trained under him's gotta be a special kind of way for you, right?
Yeah, especially like knowing who he is, especially knowing who Danny Havoc was,
Hmm.
and a lot of the vets I've met so far. It's like it's unreal being backstage because like they're so different from seeing them in the ring and to seeing them backstage, and it's just like a different energy. But like it's all family.
Right.
Everyone's so nice. They make sure you're okay, and like if anything, they're definitely there to teach you, and it's the best thing.
It,
Always
yeah, no,
there to teach you
it's so great.
during and after.
It's crazy because it's like we've had a lot of the vets come on the network too, and like I haven't had one person say anything bad about the kids. Like everybody praises you guys like so much, which I absolutely adore. And it just makes me more of a bigger fan of you guys, and the fact to like sit and chat with everybody. I like, for example, like Brandon Kirk, and he's like, I want to work all the kids. So, but everybody's got like nice things to say about you, and it's true, like what you say, like the family, and then I see like the pictures that you guys take in the ring together. Like it's really cool, and like again, me being a fan watching this, so I can only imagine like you with you feeling all of this, being a part of it. So definitely special.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so you're very popular. Okay, so I have a bunch of, I call them fan tweets, but I feel like they should be like Instagram tweets or whatever because we got a lot of comments, so we got a lot of questions from a lot of fans. So let's start this out. So we had one from Controller Geek, and it said, "What made you get into wrestling as a kid?"
Uh, Honestly, yeah, like I'd say just probably like on TV, and I seen it was like Undertaker, and I'm like, "This is really big. Stereo, what's going on here?" And then seeing what's going on in the ring, it seemed like it was so real. So if people said it was fake, it just like bothered me so much, and it made me more of a fan because I
Right.
wanted to prove them wrong. It was, I'm like, no, I'm gonna like study this to see if it's fake, and I'm like, nope, real, everything's real. I love it. It's nothing you could tell me. And then like actually just like getting into it, then learning about other promotions, watching the actually see the storyline. It was like, wow, this is amazing because
Right.
I didn't watch basketball, football. That was the sport I was watching.
Wow. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, so our next one is from Steph the Fenner. If I say these names wrong, I apologize. So, they said, "What has been the hardest part of wrestling?"
Uh, Character, honestly, when I was figuring out who I was going to be, I already had the nickname Rocket for friends, and it was just like, okay, what can I do to keep it? I thought it was cool. I was like, honestly, I don't want to change it. What can I do to keep it? So it was honestly figuring out what can I do, but that's one thing I say like H2O, like talking to the preacher, Matt, Franky, they've helped me like form this character and be able to come out as Rocket now.
Yeah, definitely. So, is it like the? Is it also like you're saying, like the character? Is it just the persona, or is it also like whether to play babyface or heel? Like, is that hard for you too, or?
People say that like I'm really good heel, but honestly, nah, I don't like it. It doesn't feel natural. I literally apologize before being a heel. It just doesn't feel right.
Oh.
Unless I don't know. I'm just not with it. I feel better being a baby face. Plus, it's like I don't know. Like being a heel, it just doesn't feel right for me. I feel like being a baby face, my character, I feel like it just fits just a little more
Mhm.
because I could be unorthodox. Plus, like, yeah, I just like to be a baby face. Honestly, I feel like a people pleaser.
Oh.
It just feels strange coming out getting booed. Like it's part of work, but it's like, eh.
I'm sure that comes better with more experience and time, for
Yeah,
you to be able to like, but I get it. So like, cause I'm like, I like to people please too, sort of like be mean when you have to be mean. It's like, oh God, no.
yeah,
Like, so I give you guys credit because as my nickname EVP of Giggles, like I can't keep a straight face. I'm laughing. Like I could never do it. So I give you guys credit that can go out there and play into the crowd and, get booed and all that fun stuff. Okay, so we have another fan question. NBG Carrie. She got two questions. One, what's your favorite experience so far?
uh, Honestly, the shows like not even my own matches, seeing all the other students in vet matches and just learning like we'll be in training and we'll learn something and then a show will happen and we will see it done from a vet and it'll just be the coolest thing ever because it's like holy wow like that's cool they actually did it and then we'll be just aware and it's like oh yeah definitely okay now we see why he said that it makes a lot of sense now.
Absolutely. I love it. The next part of this question was how hard was it in the beginning for you?
Uh, get it comfortable in the ring was weird. Understanding like how to run the ropes, ring awareness, footwork, like just getting used to it, moving around, like not being afraid to throw a strike or to whip someone off, not be afraid to like roll a certain way to get up, not be afraid to take a hit to take a bump. It was just over time, just getting more comfortable in the ring.
Yeah, just the experience alone, I'm sure. Um, let's see. We got some questions in the chat. Hi, guys. I see people are lurking. Hi, Mags. Hi, James. Hi, CMS Calvert. Zoe Hills, SD General in the building. Question: what was the worst pain you ever been in after or during a match?
Uh, which match was that? I think it was me and Franky's second match, maybe. And we were out the ring and we went to we were fighting and he picked me up and went to go slam me towards the wall and we went towards the chair and I didn't know I was on the chair honestly. I didn't feel it. But like the left side of my body was numb and then like I was fine for the rest of the night. It was just the next day I was not.
The aftermath.
Yeah, but it was honestly, it was probably one of my favorite things. It was boss man let me keep the chair. I actually still have it.
Oh, it's like a special moment, right? Like,
Yeah, I asked him for the chair. He stared at me for a minute and paused. Was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want the chair."
did you have like freaking kind of like sign it too? Like, I feel like
I,
this is that special moment.
it's funny because I'm still telling him to do it. And he like saying, "Yeah, I got you," but we have never done it.
Listen, Frankie, okay? Like, we need to talk, okay? I love you, but Frankie, come on now. Like, I was
Like I brought it up. Was like, "Yeah, I need you to sign the chair."
it's the littlest things, right, that like make us like very happy, and those are the moments. Everybody's got their special moments, whether people go meet wrestlers in person, but even like you like to have that moment like, okay, well, you just threw me into a chair, so like this is gonna be like that first memory, like, and all the agony and everything we did. So it's funny because that was actually going to be one of my questions that I was going to ask you about. Like, you got to team up with Frankie too. So, and then of course, like facing him. So, and between all the other people that you've fought and you've worked, for OH, and can we elaborate a little bit about these experiences that you've had?
Like with a lot of people I've faced.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say. When I faced Marky, he was like my second match probably in, and he was actually really fun and like loved like when we first met and trained and instantly just like a great person to me. He's a really great guy, and then like we're playing a match like it was easy to play with him because it was just like I told him easily like I'm comfortable. I was bumped for you. Same to me with him, and then it's just like all right, cool. Like he's the vet, so I'm gonna listen to everything he says. Obviously, I'm not
Right.
gonna disrespect him none. So it was just fun because like he still put together a great match where it was just fun.
Mhm.
Same thing with like besides saying Frankie, Dylan McKay when I had a match with him, it was pretty fun too because like everyone's excited to see the two flippy guys.
Yes.
And like I want a couple more with him. I want to see like if I could blow him up. I know I can. I know I can run laps around him. That's it. I honestly really want a match with Reed. I'm
Yeah.
excited
Yeah.
every time. I want a match with him so bad. Austin too. I know I can throw strikes. One of my favorite matches is one of my best friends, Duncan and Lee. We started at the same time, and then when he debuted, I got to get the opportunity to be his first match, and that right there was one of my favorite matches because we go back to us renting out Matt's ring, just doing stupid things with the ring. So it's just like so great, feel good, and we're just waiting on one of my homeboys to come on now. We just waiting to come off injury, and it's just gonna be all three of us now.
Oh boy. Okay, I'm here for it. I don't know who I'm gonna root for, so I apologize like now. But like I just root for everybody because it's like I can't. Especially when I start having people on the podcast, that's it. Like I don't care if you're heel, your face, that's it. I'm just gonna cheer for you anyway. I don't care. I'll be that one fan that cheers for the heels. I'm the one that loves the heels mostly anyway. Um um so is there a like a dream match for you? Like maybe like a style like maybe like a cage death match or something that there's something you want to accomplish in the future.
Not a deathmatch guy myself. I did if when I first joined, it wasn't something I was a fan of watching, but I'd say
Mhm.
like I love watching them. But
Right.
like I'm not one to actually do them. Hardcore is another thing. But
Yeah.
like I'd say yeah, like I love ladder matches like a dream mine to have, like a war game style match, and I would just love to be in one. Just seeing how they were, just with
Right.
two rings. That's just one dream I'd have, just to be in that scenario.
That sounds like
I
fun.
just it just looks like so much fun. I get to jump around between two rings. It's
Right.
just a playground for me.
A bunch of like crazy flippy things going on, right? Like
Yeah, it's a lot of space. It's like, oh yeah, y'all gonna be mad at me. I'm just gonna make y'all mad. You're not gonna catch me.
I can see like just like running around, try to catch me, not happening, try to catch me. Oh man. Let's see. So ILY Xavier. Well, I think we answered this already. What's your inspiration for the way you move into the ring? So we kind of covered that. Unless you want to elaborate a
uh,
little bit more.
Move into the ring. I'd say Finn Balor. And more so, I'm a comic book fan,
Hmm.
and so like I would kind of like pick things from comic book characters that I'll notice they'll do to give off that reference more into my character. To like with the whole alien thing, like I come out with the mask. That's you look back at which one is it? Predator,
Hmm.
and then you'll see I crawl around, and you wouldn't see no one else come out and crawl around unless something was unorthodox with them. There'll be an animal, a monster, and I'm not a heel, so how could I be a face but still do these weird things? Be
Right.
an alien. Every time you see an alien, they usually, take me to your leader. So why don't I take the aspect of the Superman aspect, the Goku aspect, give him that he's on Earth, but he's still gonna have his animalistic traits from where he's from.
Hmm. Love it. Love it. Oh, we got a lot of questions in the chat. Let me grab them. Sorry, guys. Just noticed it. Okay. So Zoe says, were you afraid of Daredevil power moves, crowd shakers starting off, or was it a natural comfort?
Uh, Growing up as a dancer, it was a comfort already, like having to do stunts in front of people, but the comfort into like being surrounded now, and they're not just in front of me. It's like, oh, they can see me. So it was something to get used to. I'd say like I never say that like before I go on, I'm not nervous. Like before I go on, I'm always nervous. And like learning that from a vet backstage, he told me if you're not nervous before you go on, get out. If
Oh,
you're nervous, that means it's great. You should always be nervous.
I've heard that. Who told you that? Because I feel like I've heard this on one of my podcasts before and I'm like blanking. Oh,
Chuck Payne.
okay, so I haven't had Chuck Pate on, but I feel like somebody has said this on the network before to me. I don't remember now. It's gonna come to me when we go off the air. um, Shout out to Heel Pops and Chair Shots in the chat. Yer to you guys. They also said that's deep character building, bro. Um, Mag says, as an indie talent in 2021, is the goal for you to make it to WWE, or is there enough alternatives where there isn't the main aim?
Honestly, I don't mind. Like, I just want to make it somewhere. I don't mind if it was TNA, AEW, WWE, ROH. It's just like making it somewhere already gets me established on a brand to start me off to make it somewhere else. I want to establish my name in the books. How Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I want to be, Cobain's Rocket Smith. I want people to know who I am later on. So once I retire, do my own thing, people will recognize me as like, oh, that's that guy right there. When I used to watch him on wrestling, I grew up watching him. Oh man, I didn't expect that to happen. Like I just want to be able to establish myself in the books, get experiences like earn a mask to become a luchador, stuff like that, just to be able to get the experience to say like I lived this life.
And I love that answer. Like that's such a great answer. And actually, like I'm gonna go forward with that because of the fact that when I grew up, I'm being a lot older than you. So, but when I grew up, it was pretty much I was WWF back then, and I wasn't watching WCW. But the way that it is nowadays, we have so much access to independent wrestling, obviously, between all the apps that we have in YouTube, which is great because I didn't know about independent wrestling until about 7 years ago. So that's got to be a lot different for you guys to sit and watch the indies. So, I mean, I'm trying to like see where like I want to go with that. But yeah, it just very different for you to see all the different styles. Again, like I feel like because I stopped watching wrestling for a long time and then I got back into it. And I was like, wrestling changed so much from when I grew up and watched wrestling. And like between the high flying and like, I think that's my absolute love is like the high flying flippy stuff. Uh, so besides light tubes, everybody knows like I love my light tubes. But I mean, like, what has been like your favorite parts about like independent wrestling that we get to watch all over the place?
Uh, Honestly, the storytelling. I love storytelling. Like I love indie wrestling. You know, I could see more things I could attempt to do for myself, but at the end of the day, I still wanted to make sense in the story. The story was always my favorite thing watching when I was growing up. Like watching the old WrestleMania and seeing how long these matches were 40 minutes long, and it was just like nothing but double downs. But the storytelling with it just made sense, so everyone went crazy for it. You just seen one kick, everyone go down. Count to eight, stand up, one punch, everybody go down. But everyone's losing it because the story. No one wants to give up. It was just the greatest thing ever for me.
Yeah, yeah. I'm all about the storyline too. I feel like we need more storyline nowadays. Sometimes like we don't even have a story, but then sometimes the story in the ring is enough, depending on the match. Yeah, so let's go on another fan tweet. NAF Shorty. I'm sorry again. I know I'm saying usernames wrong, so my apologies. They asked, "How much do you bench?"
Honestly, I don't even do that. I'm more of a cardio guy. I'm always running around doing push-ups, sit-ups, and or just training in the ring, parkour. So I wouldn't even say I was doing that.
Whoopsie. Okay, so we have Evanis Salvali again. I'm so sorry, like with the names, the typical New Yorker that can't like speak, you know, like pretty much. It says, "How do you incorporate skills you've learned in areas other than wrestling into your wrestling?"
uh, like with my dancing, it's just when I was dancing, I just was really flexible. So with my wrestling, I'll incorporate that with my selling or when I'm moving in the ring. Instead of like, see, that's the thing. I'm right-handed, but when I'm breakdancing, I'm actually left-handed.
Oh
So it
wow.
makes it really weird when I move. I could go both ways doing certain things, and my body movement on the ground is actually way better than me standing up because I know my body weight and I can control myself. So it just makes it like more fun. I feel like it makes my character pop out more instead of me crawling sometimes. I could do a front flip and just arch my back and crawl around and stand up really fast compared to someone else. Like, I want to throw them off for my character. I want to show them I'm an alien because they'll
Right.
see me at first like flippy guy.
All right.
I do that weird flippy guy. I want them to get a little creeped out.
I love it. Make sure you watch it because I know somebody came into the chat. They're like, "Who is this?" And they're like, "I'm telling you, I'm getting all the up and coming H2O kids onto the podcast because you need to watch out for them." So make sure you go subscribe to IWTV and go search up the H2O and you will go find him there. Mag says, "What's the closest point you've been to giving up wrestling and what brought you out of that funk?"
uh, Giving up wrestling. Um, I wouldn't say I've been to a point of giving up, but I've been to a point where it felt like do or die for me, where it's like I've had to like it was the middle of training. I've had to sit outside and tell myself like this is before I debuted. It was like I'm going to work my ass off. Like I don't no one's going to take this from me. Nothing's going to stop me. I'm not going to let any roadblock get in the way. Like I had to sit out there for a minute and really like tell myself because it was like it was getting hard for me in a moment. it was just like it was getting hard, like the bumps. I felt like my body was breaking, but it was like, no, like get up, you got to do this because you know the goals you have and you know you want to get there. You know the people you want to feed. You got family you want to give things to. You want to be able to make people smile. Like it's people I want to pay for things. It's just a lot of things I want to be able to do in this book I got,
I like it.
and it
That's
feels
great.
like do or die.
Wow. Everett is asked, when are you going to get some merch out here in these streets? Merch is important, man. Like,
Uh, I mean, I have buttons. I haven't done anything much. Just been so caught up with trying to help Franky with that Kryptonian dude. So it's been a lot going on. So I haven't had time to really come out and try to show everybody. But I will say that there's someone working on a picture for me so I could do T-shirts. So hopefully soon I could be able to bring them out.
do I have to go like smack Frankie around a little bit, like to give you a break?
Nah. We've been trying to keep each other straight. There's been a lot going on. Like, he's been pissing off Franky. It pissed me off. It's been a lot. We've been trying to get through, but like I said, he'll get what's coming to him. But it's just yeah.
Oh, you hear that? I love it. I love it. He'll pop some chair shots. Told me to smack Frankie up. I got you. I got you. I got when I see him. Like there was like a whole feed on Facebook the other day with you and Frankie, and then I chimed in, and then like Frankie was telling me I got to come down to H2O show. I was like, I said, come get me. I was like, even though like I'm in New York, come get me. Like, and Chase axes in the chat goes, anything else happening with Frankie?
Uh, Honestly, no. We was on the ship just chilling and just like talking about like how we're going to try to handle the situation because it's getting too frustrating for him. So
Mm.
other than that, just besides trying to handle this, we just going to see where it goes. Like first in line for him, but he know I got his back. He got my back. I ain't gonna let nothing happen to him. So
I don't know. I don't think you're gonna be able to help me smacking him. Like if he gets through with you, just like back up a bit. I got it. You tell me, I got it. Okay, let's go on to another fan tweet. Good cop, bad cop said, okay, so just so you know, he does this to everybody that comes on the podcast. So he wrote, with Rocket being an anagram of okay, sir, tell us something that is certain to happen in the next few years of your wrestling career.
next 2 years, I want to say I want have a match where at least everyone that like as student wise, vet wise, in H2O so far, or I would say by next 2 years, at least get honestly a crazy storyline with Franky where it's just me versus him. I feel like it'll be fun because like he's really somebody that I'm really comfortable around, and then like for us to be put as the Space Cowboys, and then like over time, I just think it'll be really cool, and we just get another match we can murder each other, and they'll just go really far back. Or honestly, in 2 years, I wanna be able to have a triple threat with Duncan and Liam, and then my homeboy waiting for coming off an injury, and
Yeah.
I want to be able to have that moment to share that moment with them because we always talk about it. We love each other. We play fight in the house. It's just like we just want to be able to share that moment.
Oh, that's great. I like seeing your face like when you're talking about it because you can just see the joy. And these are like the little things that like I notice, and even things in the ring. And I see like when wrestlers are having a good time in the ring, and it's like those are the moments that like I live for. So it's just great. His second question with this says, and with Rocket being an anagram of KO Cert, who is the biggest name you're sure you can knock out?
Biggest name?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say a vet. I want to go to wrestle court. I'm afraid. So I'm gonna do a student. Honestly, all of them gonna line it up. I'm not afraid of no way.
Oh.
I love them all though. I love them all though. But honestly, I'd say a real challenge I really would, besides like Christian Ross or like Bradley, Big Red by himself. I feel like me and him could like really clash heads. Uh, yeah, and honestly, everyone like, I want everyone. I want to be able to get that moment where I could try to attempt to get close enough, because then I'm prideful. I keep coming at you, knock me down, and be like, all right, bet, I'll be back. It's cool.
He put you guys on notice, just so you guys know. What's the biggest piece of advice that was given to you that's like stuck out to you the most?
Um, I may be this little flippy guy that run around all fast and stuff, but preacher told me if I feel like I'm going too fast, well, if I feel like I'm going too slow,
Mm-hmm.
slow down. And it really stuck with me when I first got there. I really just was running, and it wasn't helping me in the beginning. And them showed me how to slow down, control myself. I'd say that's one thing stuck with me, because it's still like I still use it, even though I seem like I'm running 1,000 miles per hour. I still use that slow down mentality, like show everything to everybody. Because if you run it too fast, no one can register what happened. You slow down and you do that one pop, then there'll be something everyone will remember for the rest of the night.
Definitely, definitely. And I'm sure too that it's like if you do too much and then you don't want to like wear yourself out within the match, you know, like
Yeah,
that.
flipping blows me up.
And then you get like older and then it's like you start feeling and you don't want to do any injuries either. So, um, any pre-match rituals?
Um, Honestly, as just going over everything for myself with the person I'm with. Just I'd sit outside for a little bit. Just sit outside for a little bit, get some air,
Hmm.
because always gonna be nervous for it.
Yeah.
Besides stretching, I just tell myself, like, every match like it's WrestleMania. Like nothing's a little match. It could be people in the crowd. Like, every match for me is gonna be out there. It's my 100%, because no matter what, it's gonna be someone watching one day, and I want them to see me at my 100%, and me at my 70, and be like, yeah, you good, but you wasn't all right that. I want them to see me at my 100 and be like, that right there, that's him. I like that.
Very nice. Mosh God is in the chat. Two things. He said, "Let me make you some entrance music, bro." And, and he also said, "You're very humble with your craft. Were you always this way, or did you have to get to that point?"
Uh, Honestly, yeah. When I was a dancer, I admit, yeah, I was more of a cockier person when I was a dancer. It came from being really competitive. Like, I would actually, like, if you ever seen You Got Served, Stump the Yard, those battles were real. If no one believes that, like the inside the warehouse and stuff, those are real.
Mhm.
I've actually been there at the age of like 12 and stuff. My mom like got me a what. It's like cool experiences being there, and then like it made me really, like, it made me a little cocky with my dance, because like no one my age was really breakdancing, spinning on their head, and doing the stuff I was doing. So I always felt like I had a cool talent already. So when I started doing, before that I was doing martial arts, but like once I started getting out of dance, uh getting injured from it, just getting out of it, and start going, just being in school, I just relaxed more. It just like chilled out over time. And then like once I just grew up, I just changed into just more like, no, like, that ain't really me. Like, dancing is something fun I do, but that wasn't me, because like that personality, that cockiness, that just wasn't who I am. And then like learning about wrestling stuff, and learning from the vets, like it's all about being humble, all about having a level head. And it's like, yeah, and then learning from my own personal friends, it's like, yeah, it's just nothing else to do but just be humble.
Yeah, I feel like you gotta like play that even in life in general too. So always be humble, guys. Chase says, "Is there anyone you have a dream match with, big or small?"
Yeah, of course.
It's like the never-ending list, I'm sure for you, right?
Yeah, like some people retire and I already know it, so it's like, hopefully I can get to them before, But like, just for the fun of it, just to see, because I already know he gonna blow me up, but Ricochet, just for the fun of it, why not? You know. Uh, I mean, is it bad I want to say John Cena just
No,
because? It's
hey, whatever. Like,
why not,
you,
like, John Cena, Finn Balor for sure.
mhm.
I actually want to sit backstage with him in silence just to learn from him, because like when I see him in the ring and stuff, it's like I feel like he knows what he's doing so
Right.
much. So I just want to know like what goes on his head when he's in the ring, like how much of the stuff is on the fly. Like I just want to learn what runs through.
Yeah. I feel
Uh
I feel like you would have like good matches with Alexzane and Blake Christian.
oh, Alexzane is one. Actually, when I was first getting into training, I've spoke to Alexzane. He seen a video of me when I was in the grass flipping around, and he just like was like, "Oh, that was actually amazing." And like this one, he was in like Indies, just on IWTV and stuff, and then seeing him get inside and then being in NXT now, it's like, "Yo, he just did it." No, and I texted him. And he responded. I texted him, and I started the message. And I said, "No, you'll see me up there with you text. If you'll be in main roster NXT, but no, I'll be the next week. No, I you did it. No, so I can because
Mm-hmm.
there's no way. It was just amazing to see it. It was like it was great because when I seen him, I was like, oh, what? No way, he is sick. Like he made me be like, all right, I see these spins and flips. I'm getting a little more comfortable. I'm seeing people attempting things that I was just afraid to do it, and just like I'm not there for the pop because that's not safe, but I'm there to get the story, and the story involved my character. I'm there to show y'all that my character can do things. I could break gravity. Like I want to show y'all that like I fly higher than everyone else.
Yeah. I love Alexzane. We've had him on the podcast a couple of times. He's so great. So every once in a while, like I'll tag him, like, look at this person. It like reminds me like of you. So and look how quickly he blew up because once he had that match with Tony Deppen, for the 4th of July, that's what it seemed like. He just like popped like huge, and now he's over in NXT. And I miss him in the indies because there's so many new and upcoming talent, especially that we got to see even this weekend, which is great. The young talent, you guys are our future. That's why I keep telling everybody that you guys are young, and I can only imagine the possibilities of what I'm going to see of you guys within the next like 5 years. So it's so awesome. Mosh said, coming from a different planet, are there any obstacles that Rocket faces here on Earth?
Uh, honestly, just keeping myself in the game is just like it's keeping it inspo. It's not like I'll lose inspiration, but it's just like maintaining. It's like all right, like I have this goal. I want to make sure I get there. It's like I've seen I seen an interview with The Rock, and he told these students, he said, we could go to the gym and no one in here will outwork me. And it's like, I want that same mentality. I want everybody to know it's like, I will, if I'm told to run a one lap around the building with every student, I'm running two laps around y'all faster than both y'all running at one. If I'm told to do 50 squats, I'm doing 75. I want to show y'all I can outwork y'all. And I want to show y'all I want this more than y'all. I love y'all. We're going to all work together. But I want to show y'all that at the end of the day, like, this is a story I want to tell for people so they'll know my legacy when I passed on. If my children decide to pass it on, I still want to be able to provide this life for them. Like this, like Kofi Kingston said, like he's able to provide this life for his family. So it's like I want to be able to do that once I get there.
Yeah, yeah. Um, what's it called? Things you like to do when you're not wrestling.
Uh, draw, skateboard, or if I'm just playing video games with my best friends. Honestly, and that, yeah, if I'm not wrestling, just drawing, skateboarding, and then if it's not working out, yeah, pretty much that.
Okay. Chase says, what's the biggest fear you have in your fighting style of the ring?
People don't believe me, but like flip is pretty scary from really high, like up point. Like it's fun and all, but when you go up and you look down, it's like, okay, this is pretty high up, but I'm gonna do it. But this is pretty high up. If I wasn't trained for this, I wouldn't do this at all. No. Like it's yeah, like Franky gets confused on that. He's like, you could jump around. Like I naturally jump high, so when I go even higher up, it's I don't want to do that.
You guys make me nervous. Like, that's me. I give you guys credit. I can never do what you guys do. And I always thank everybody that comes on here because I'm like, thank you for like entertaining us because I could never do that. I'd be scared. Like, never mind all the other scary the death matches. That's a whole other ball game. But like,
No, everything's terrifying.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Oh my goodness. So So is there like a plan eventually that like you want to travel? There's like maybe there's promotions down the line that you would love to be a part of.
Um, right now, establish a market in H2O. I see how Marcus, Austin, everyone like even President Nick, like everyone shows like established and know who's like the main heel of the shows. Like not even main, there's no top. Like who's the heel, who's the face. I want everyone to recognize me so far. Instead of seeing me and it's like, yeah, like I want to recognize like, yeah, that's Rocky. I know who his character is. He's an alien. He's not just that kid that runs out here and like a flip. Like they recognize a lot of people. They recognize president and they're already boo. And he's like, I want them to be able to see me and be like, oh, duh, I know who that is. They see Big Red and they're like, oh yes, that's Big Red. They see Gigi, they're like, problem. I want them to be able to see me and see like, that's that alien. Cool. So when I do this, I want them to be able to understand that that's part of me. Like I want them to just catch on.
Oh, you'll get there, definitely. So, but I know you at least. So you got one that's over there that can actually start screaming about like all the people like when they start going even outside of HTO, and like you said, even Marcus with this weekend. So it's like so exciting, and it's got to be also like motivating for you, right? Like the possibilities of what can happen like coming up. So,
Yeah.
but I'll definitely be one of those that I'll be all excited for you, like when I start seeing you like all crazy, showing up all over the place on these big like indie weekends and stuff. So. So let me ask you this too, because I think I asked Marcus this and I asked Dylan the same thing. How was it like watching Matt Tremont retire?
Oh man. It kind of and honestly, that's when I was fresh getting into not really liking death. Like I wasn't a fan of death matches at first, but like that
Mm.
was when I was getting to like actually enjoying them. And then setting up the ring for that match and understanding what I'm about to have to sit here and experience was like, all right, let's go, okay. And then just watching a retirement match and understanding it was just it made me cry honestly. It was sad. Like honestly, for him to retire for us
Yeah.
and we now live for him. Like he didn't retire just to come back. No, he retired for us. And it's like thank you. Like I didn't feel like I deserved such a big thing from someone and it's just like I just joined. I didn't debut yet. I just joined. I was just getting there paying my dues and then for him to do that, it was just like, dang, he really cares about us. Like to see how much he really throws away and puts in his literal blood and sweat into the ring for us. It's like
Yeah.
amazing.
It's so great. I've had that opportunity to chat with him last year, and he was still wrestling before he retired. And the stuff that he was talking about, you kids, and just to see the passion, and it's like thank you to him for what he's provided. And I've loved seeing the little proteges, as I like to call them. So like then you could start definitely seeing it, and just the stories that he told us. It's so humbling and exciting, and these are the things that I love so much about wrestling. So and then you guys are just so great. Like it just again, I can't thank you guys enough for what you do. Um, Here we have a couple more questions in the chat. What's the hardest move you have that you make look easy?
Um, I'd say my spitting form.
Mm-hmm.
Um, does it the lie detector? I'd say that. It's funny when I was in dance when I first first competition I missed it because I fractured my knee doing a butterfly. It was the exact same concept. So the irony for me to go through that and then now I just do it with ease. It just feels like when I do it, I surprise myself because sometimes I land on my feet and I'm like, how did I? It's like, okay, never mind, whatever. I'm not even going to question it because it feels like a reflex at this point.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's like that natural after a while. He pops the chair shots, goes, wow, so you could literally say you set up the ring where Tremont last wrestled and that's fire, he said. Yeah, that was the last extravaganza that where he retired. That show was a great show. If you guys didn't watch that, go back on IWTV and go watch it. So feel like that's when I really like fell in love with like a whole bunch of you guys like that worked there. So it was definitely like that show. Um, do you practice your mic skills often?
I try to. It's. I feel like personally that's one of my weakest.
Mm-hmm.
It's so I try to figure out how I can not use the mic but still use it. So like if I'm a character, like when I'm coming out, I'm yelling and stuff. So like I'll do a battle cry, so that will save up some time from me talking. But what can I still say to show off my character's pride, my animalistic feelings? So like when I'm practicing my promos, it wouldn't be like I'm actually sitting here talking. If I'll start talking, like this, but most of my promos I feel like will just be fiery. That's what I feel like my character is. So like I feel like I'll always be fired up. I always want someone, the next person. Even if I lose the battle, I'll get back up and be like, come back here and see me. Like I'm not staying down for no one. I don't want to bow to anyone. But at the end of the day, it's like I'm not gonna be afraid of my next opponent. But at the end of the day, if I go down, I go down.
Awesome. Okay, so I have one final question for you. If you guys have any more, just drop them in the chat. I asked everybody this. So, to all inspiring and amateur wrestlers out there, what's a piece of advice that you would give them?
Honestly, listen to the veterans and just be a good person. I learned that from them. Like just be a really good person. Just it gets you far in places. And honestly, like everyone's family. Like that's why I love H2O. Like I've called other schools, tried to see about them, didn't get answers here and there. DM pros at other schools, trying to see if I could get somewhere. Been to shows and tried to. It is just like seemed like H2O was really that family that taught me like honestly just be a good person because everyone there is a good person. Everyone there cares about each other no matter what. Like it's you never see a dull like moment. I never see a negative moment. It's just like everyone there wants to help each other. Everyone there cares about each other, and it's like students too. Like we love this. We all love wrestling. And even for those who don't want to become them big time WWE, it's like honestly be a good person because we still teach each other because like some of the people don't want to be big time, but at the end of the day, they love wrestling,
Right.
and it's like thank you. You're still doing this, risking your body, risking your life for me to try to make it somewhere big time because you love wrestling, because you love me. So it's just like be a great person. It's one of the best things I learned from them.
Wow. Love it. Love it. Again, I just like feel it, everything that you say. And the nice thing that I notice as a fan and even coming to H2O, which I was able to finally come to an H2O show last month, I was really excited, is that you see a lot of people even that aren't wrestling hanging out, which is kind of cool. So I see like wrestlers, managers, like whoever, just hanging out, like which is nice to see. I see it at like some shows, but it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. It's
You
definitely
see
like cool.
referees, managers, and they're all just be cool. Like it's funny seeing like besides the character stuff, it's like one of my best friends is a heel, and it's like we supposed to hate each other, but like we ride together.
Yeah.
We in the same car coming up, so like we get there, it's like yeah, man, backstage love you, man, and then we get in the ring, it's like I hate you so much.
But I guess that makes that the even the match itself like better too. It's just that comfortability, right? Like that is like here's just like one of
Yeah,
your good friends. You get into the ring, like you're so you know each other the best. And even like I
yeah,
had the rejects on together recently, and we had talked about that too. And they were like, "Well, we know each other for so long. We rise together. We do this together to get into the ring together and being able to feel that comfortability to wrestle each other." So I'm sure like you feel that too. So
yeah. It's definitely like I feel like it's like yeah, I want to have a match with everybody. I feel like I could put on a great match with everybody, but it's like with my two best friends, it's like at the end of the day, I know we will kill each other. It's like we're too comfortable. I just know that we would just go out there and really just murder each other. It's like at the end of the day, I would still hug up and be like, "Yo, that was great." I'm going to feel it tomorrow.
right.
We probably need to go to the hospital, but that was great. That was definitely great, buddy.
But you gotta stop at like Wawa or Taco Bell and have that food like okay like right after,
That's
right?
actually what we do every day and like after training. We stop at Wawa, get our food, and we be in the car, but like, how was training? And we be like,
I don't have Wawa here in New York, but every time that I come into Jersey, it's like the go-to thing now. It's not like, oh, let's go out to eat at a restaurant or something. Like, no, we're going to the Wawa. And then after every show, it's like, let's go to the Wawa. And then what's nice is there's a Wawa down the block from H2O.
Yeah.
Which is cool. All right, wait, we got some questions in the chat. Let me grab them, and then we're gonna end everything off with what's up and coming and all your socials. So we got Chase said, are there comic book characters or anime characters you get inspiration from?
Oh man, comic book. I would say just getting my honestly just relating to Beast Boy, one of my favorite characters growing up, and just like that crawling around right the animal thing. Just my personality, I feel like I relate to. It's like I'm really goofy from my friends, like I'm always smiling. It's just like I'm always telling jokes. It's just like I always want everyone to be happy. Hulk, one of my favorite, just because like when he was always angry and raging, it was something. It was just like, yes, Hulk, like yeah, Hulk smash. So when I'm in the ring, that's like the mentality I love to have. It's like Wolverine, Nightcrawler. Anime wise, it's just I'd say just Goku, Dragon Ball Z characters. I don't like Superman, obviously. I don't like Kryptonians, but I'd say like yeah, Goku, Vegeta. Just like the concept on Saiyans was so cool. Like you look like a human, you're on this planet, but you're not really human. So it was just like, you know what? That seemed like something cool because like I've always felt like a black sheep. I always felt like an alien growing up because I had a different hairstyle. I wore the bright colored clothes. I was skateboarding when everybody was playing baseball. I wasn't watching football. I was watching wrestling. So it's like, you know what? No, I am that alien. Why not embrace it for once?
That's great. Wilbur in chat says, do you hang out with any of the wrestlers outside of the gym?
Yeah, a couple of them. Here and there, Marky, but I say Leroy Robinson. He one of my homeboys. Always play the game and hang with Santiago. He the butler. I love him. Reed, that's my homie. Besides Duncan, my homeboy waiting to get injuries. Like many of them, I see at training a lot, but like I love them all. I'm just usually to myself a lot. Other than that, just more so, I'm cool. I just talk to more of the students, like texting wise. Other than that, hanging. Besides the names I mentioned, there's just not many. Just I live in Philly, they live in Jersey, so we just try to make do what happens.
Awesome. Mosh says, piggybacking off of Chase's last question, if you had powers in the ring, what would they be?
Yo, the fly, like even though I've gained this comfortable like way to flip in the air to make myself float, it's like I love to fly still because it was just like I feel like it'd be so cool to just like control myself to do what I want in the air. Because like right now, I feel like I could do that. When I jump in the air, I feel like I could pull off 4 spins in the backflip and don't care where I land because it's like, yo, I just pulled off that and I just feel so comfortable doing that. Like in the air, I feel more comfortable, surprisingly enough. So that's why when I get a match, I tell them straight, like, listen, whatever we got to do, just know you need me to flip, I got you. It's my favorite thing to do. I get tired, I get blown up, but you need me to jump around, flip around, I got you. I'm gonna have so much fun doing it because it's like playing Mario or Sonic. It's like boing, I'm up in the air.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the last question. Monday night, why did you pick the butler for your partner? LOL, that was your worst choice. LOL.
Okay, so let me explain something with Rocket. I went out and I thought, 101, and they decided to change it. And I'm gonna be honest, I bow to no human. No matter the other species, it's just as an alien, it's pitiful. So my pride got the best of me, and I felt like I could take them on by myself, which you seen I had him beginning. Yeah, I had him, and then he tagged himself in. But it is what it is. I feel like I need to show everybody like I'm gonna have him here to please y'all to be able to get the match to start because I don't think they'll actually start the match if I don't have a partner.
Mhm.
So to show them that I have a partner, I was just gonna do everything, but he tagged himself in. So honestly, I wouldn't say it was my fault. It's the human's fault. And next time, whoever human decides to do that, just know it'll be the last time. Just I'm a good guy. I love people.
Oh,
I love everyone, but it's like, please, humans, don't do it to yourself.
there you go. So let's talk about what's coming up. So obviously, bi-weekly we have H2O student shows. Those are every other Monday. Let's see what else. So tomorrow's Misery is Business. We have the Intergender Palooza. What else am I forgetting? Paid My Dues.
Pay my dues, I believe, is next month. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, coming up this month, besides regular Undiscovered, tomorrow, Misery Business. Honestly, come to that one, everyone. Misery Business is going to be just insane. We're still continuing the war with 440. Just yeah, just honestly, intergender bonds. Just keep tuned for everything coming up. Just where everything is happening so crazy. It's just a lot of things, and it's great to even get opportunities to even be a lot of these vets who walk even backstage. Like even if I'm not on a card, I don't care. Just walking in that building to sweep the ring, to see the vet come out and tell them and just give me advice. It's just the best thing ever at H2O. It's just like these people. I see these people like they're already in WWE before. Like these people are like everyone there is The Rock to me. It's amazing to see these people because it's like I watched you. On this stream, like what? You're standing in front of me. I see you do this insane thing. How are you still walking? It's just like it's amazing.
Nah, it's great. Definitely, guys, like check out an H2O show if you haven't watched it. If you can get down there, get your butt down there. I will have my butt down there next month, or Mark Angel's gonna boo me, just so you guys know. Uh, you don't realize, like, I get a lot of crap from wrestlers, like, and it's hard because I support a lot of people at a lot of promotions, and it's like hard because I book dates and then like something else pops up and then I feel awful that I can't make it. But I try to, even if I can't be there, that I try to watch it after the fact. So I'm not gonna be able to watch tomorrow until probably Sunday. But definitely you kill it. I can't wait we'll meet in person in a couple of weeks. So we'll take a picture together. Really excited about that. Tell everybody where they can find you.
On Instagram, Lion, Twitter, Alien underscore Alien. Oh, Alien underscore of H2O. Yeah, that was about it.
Okay.
See me on IWTV.
Yeah.
Use the promo code Hustle.
Make sure you guys use that code for 5 days free. So all the links are in the description below. Go give some love. Go make sure you go support independent wrestling. That's what we're all about here. So I guess that's gonna wrap it all up. Rocket, thank you so much for all your
Thank you
time
for
and
having
chatting.
me.
Yes, definitely. You're always welcome back. Again, can't wait to see you. You kill it. Guys, if you don't know who he is, you're gonna know now. So make sure you go watch and go support. So anyway, guys, thank you again. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and we will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.